We want to solve this equation, right? So that is 1 on 2x plus 3 on 4, everything equal to 3. Now the question that we are asking here is that who is here, right? So this guy here, who is this guy? Now this is what we call a rational equation, right? So that is just a name. Is that okay? So once again, the most important thing is to know what is behind this name, right? So that is the most important. If you say something is a rational or a rational number, the way I normally visualize that is as something on top of another thing. Is okay. This is a whiteboard marker, right? So this is a whiteboard marker here, and then that is, we are able to identify this by its image. Right, so how can we identify a rational number? That is the name behind certain type of number. We have so many type of numbers. So one of them is a rational. So if you say something is a rational number, you see someone here, you say you can easily be carried by another big person here. That is the number. So a small body, being carried by what? Big body, right? So that is the idea, or maybe the vice versa, right? So maybe the vice versa, this one can come down and then this one can go up. That is what we are calling a rational number. If I say something on another thing, right? So that is how I normally visualize a rational number. Always there's a number on top and then there's another number added down here. Is that okay? All right, perfect. Now looking at this here, this one can also be, this one alone can also be a rational number, so we will save that for another videos. Okay, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, and then make sure that you do that if you get some value from this video, right? And then if you have any special question, just make sure that you comment in the comment section below for help. Now, how do you solve this question? Now, before you solve this one, let's say something. If you be at a shop, right? So if you are in a shop and then you want to buy a certain item, so maybe the item is costing you $10. So you can guess what this thing is in the comment section, plus another thing, which obviously we don't know, right? So everything, your money, the total money that you're having here should be maybe, let's say, $25, right? So 25, that is the money that you want to spend in this shop here, right? So once you bought your first item here, this is very, very important. You needed something to buy in addition. So I believe this is so obvious that everyone will see you, the cost of this particular item here is going to be is that $15, right? So that is going to be $15, so making the total for $25. So this is in the number form, so that is saying that 10 plus x, that is equal to 25. Is that okay? This is how simple you can visualize it. So this number here is what mathematicians are calling the linear form, right? So in the case of a fraction, so you can imagine where we have a fraction. So the common example that we normally use is that is the portions of a pizza, right? So it can be something different. So taking a part of this pizza, that is 1/3, let me see, 1 2 3 4 5 6, right? So 1/6. So that is how we are calling the fraction. You are taking 1/6 of the entire pizza here, right? So how do you find this particular number here in case of a rational this thing? The only way of doing this thing is what, dealing with something that we call the least common multiple, or the common factor among all these denominators. So this is what we are calling the denominator. The guys are the down here, right? So of course this is also a rational number, so anything divided by 1 is the same number, right? So these three guys are what we are going to find the least common multiple. How do you find that least common multiple? And the least common multiple among these guys are the down here, right? So we don't care about whoever is on top here. We don't really care about that. So the guys are the down, you have 2, 4, and the 1. The least common multiple is equal to 4. If you don't know how to find the least common multiple of a number, just make sure that you comment, right? Just comment how, right? So write this thing, or maybe let's see why, or maybe how, right? Any one of them is accepted. So why or how. So then I'll know that you don't have any idea, or you are having an issue in finding the least common multiple here. But if you're already on this channel, there's a video on that. But if you haven't, that's why you need to subscribe to the channel for more lessons. So once the least common is 4 here, what we are going to do, we are going to take this least common here to multiply each and every one. So what I mean by each of this is the first person, this is the second, and then this is the third here, right? The idea is to come to a linear equation, the one that I just saw using the example in the shop. So we are going to multiply 4 by the first person, which is a 2x, right? Everything here, and then plus 4 multiplied by 3 on 4. That's going to be 4 multiplied by 3 on 1. Is that okay? So you can see that this guy is going to itself 1, this one going to itself by 2, right? Is that okay? So dividing 4 by 2 is the same thing. So whichever way you want to solve this thing is up to you, right? So but if you don't know how to do, you may follow this step here. So here we have 2 left here. So 2 multiplied by 1, which is 2 multiplied by that's the 2x. So divided by, okay, let's say divided by 1. So for a simplicity, so this guy will cancel this. Here we are left with 3, and then everything is going to be equal to 12, right? Because 4 multiplied by 3, that is 12, divided by 1, it is still 12, right? So this guy is on 1. So let me maintain this 1 here. So the next step here is that anything divided by 1. So if I give you, let's say $10 here, I'm going to share it to just one person, this guy is going to take all the money. Is okay? That is why we say anything divided by 1 is the same number. So here we have 2x, that plus 3, everything is equal to 12, right? So here what are we going to do next here? So we need to subtract. So the whole idea is to find the values of this guy, right? So we have 2x. So this example is just coming from my personal mind, right? So just for you to have a fair idea on how to deal with a rational equation. So here you are going to subtract 3 from each side, or maybe you can move this 3 to the other side, whichever method you want to use here. So here we are going to have this guy tends to be 0, right? So that is plus 0, everything, because this man is, that is going to be, is that 9, right? So of course 9. So you have the 2s, that is equal to 9. So how do you solve for this x here? So the x here, we are going to divide here by 2 and divide here by 2, so that this one will go out with this one will go. So we have the value of our x here to be equal to 9 on 2, right? So this is how simple you deal with questions like this. So don't hesitate to subscribe to the channel if you have any questions, so that we can help you on that. It's very important to comment if you don't understand certain things. So thank you for watching this. If you have any question, once again, comment below, right? So if you don't understand one or two things, or you gain value from this video, too, try and give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for content like this. Now this is for you. How do you solve question that goes like this? So what is the values of this? This is up to you. So you comment your answer in the comment section below, right? So make sure that you do that. That tells me that you are trying. So mathematics is all about give it a try without fear of making any mistake. And is that okay? So how do you do this? Comment your answer in the comment section below.